How's it going, YouTube? Oxy here, and welcome back. So today I got another movie review for you guys. This past weekend I watched Pearl, the recent A24 horror movie that they've come out with. Of course, Pearl being a prequel to X, and they were shot at the same time, and, at the end of X, in America only, they had the teaser for Pearl. And, I was excited. I thought X was good. I enjoyed, I thought it was fun, definitely a tribute to movies like the original Texas Chainsaw and that sort of thing. Like, you get that vibe. I thought the gore was nice, or, what they did with it was fun, right? And so, this being the prequel to Pearl, who, spoilers for X, which, hey, go see it if you haven't. Pearl is the old lady, and of course, Pearl and Howard, her husband, die, right? They get killed at the end of X. And this being the prequel, we get her backstory. And at first I was like, oh, this will be exciting, because in Pearl, X is like kind of a movie. It's commentary on like sexuality, right? Or like the acceptance of it, like, because that movie takes place in the 70s. And, they're shooting like pornos, right? And that sort of thing. And like how it's like socially not acceptable, or like in the movie, not the director, like the guy who's in charge of the production, like he's dates a porn star and he's completely okay with like, his girl like doing it with like that sort of thing, right? It's like that acceptance of like, this is part of life and that's like a normal thing that happens. And in that movie, Pearl gives some like more to it, where you're like, okay, I can see why she was frustrated or that sort of thing. But honestly, like, I don't know. For me, it was missed potential. Gotta be honest. I went in like excited. The reviews were high, but I didn't enjoy it that much, to be honest. I thought it was like, unlike X, which had something to say, I felt like Pearl really didn't capitalize on that because they hint at it. So, the movie takes place with her and her mother and father, right? Her father's like a World War I vet, and her mother's of German descent. They live on a farm, and Pearl dreams of being like more like a star, right? Because at the time, movies as a thing are just like, they're new, right? You have like the black and white pictures, right? The no dialogue, that sort of thing. You get it, right? Like they're out. And she wants to be a star, but she like wants to dance and this sort of thing. And they hint at it because there's like a love interest of like a projectionist. And you think, oh, like he even mentions like, oh, like there's a new type of film, like porn essentially. And I'm thinking, okay, this will be like a deep dive into like the origin of it, or like later on, she has issues with her mother. There's like a big fight scene that they have where her mother ultimately, well, spoilers if I haven't said that, minor spoilers for the movie. Go see it if you want to for yourself, but again, I didn't think that much of it. So yeah, they get in a fight, the mom ends up dying. And in that scene, I thought they were gonna do, because the mom berates Pearl for like being a dreamer, and it's like, you need to be in reality. So I thought they were gonna touch on like, oh, maybe it's the movie, it'll be about Pearl's like horniness, or again, that can be looked down upon in society, where like, if a woman is like too horny, she's a whore, that sort of thing. But they really don't do that at all. Like, there's just little scenes or little dialogue where they'll be like, oh, like, there's something wrong with you. And I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna do that, right? Like, maybe the mom represents, like, traditional views of, like, be more conservative and that sort of thing. Not at all. Like, it's really just, they make Pearl out to be crazy, which, look, I get it. Some people really are like, oh, she's just crazy. I get how that could appeal, but I guess I was hoping for more, and the movie didn't give me that. And if we're talking about it just as a straight horror movie, it's not scary at all. Like, there's really no tension, that sort of thing. Very minor, your standard, like, there's a little jump scare with the scarecrow, but very basic stuff. And, like, even Pearl, she only kills, like, 4 people in the movie total. And even then, none of them are like anything to write home about. At least, again, in my opinion, as a horror fan, maybe I'm desensitized, but I really thought they were like nothing. I was like, it's nothing special. And yeah, I was just frustrated with that. I was like, oh, like, with X, it's like, yeah, it's something to say, and like, you played it off well, and like, and I was hoping Pearl would do that sort of thing. Like, I had more, again, like I said, truly, I think missed potential. Like, they could have said something more. They could have explored, like, the origins of, like, porn or that sort of thing. We could have seen that sort of thing about, like, societal acceptance of, like, sex, or like, like it's okay to want it, to be horny, that sort of thing. Again, I just genuinely feel like they didn't do anything with it, because like, she sleeps with the projectionist. The whole time Howard is like off in the war, so he's not even a factor, which again is like, we don't get him explained. But yeah, she sleeps with the projectionist, and then like immediately after, when she brings him home, she just kills him. Like, she just goes like, oh, you're lying to me, like crazy. Like, I didn't like that. I was like, oh, like, you're gonna do something more, actually show the guy, be like, hey, I'm not interested in you, like, they don't do that. Like, she just kills him, kind of feels unwarranted. And yeah, I wasn't a fan. A lot of people praise this really long dialogue she does near the end. And let me preface that Mia Goth was great. She was good in X. She's good in Pearl. And, there's a sequel coming, Maxxxine, that follows after X. I'm pretty sure she'll be good in that. Because, of course, she was the final girl. She survived. But, yeah, her performance was great. Like, she does give off that, like, oh, she's crazy or, like, unstable. But, like, that monologue, like, I get, look, it's impressive, yeah. But then the cynic in me is like, well, most of the scene she's looking down and it's a headshot. I'm like, bruh, the script is like right below camera. Like, like she barely looks up in that scene. And if anything, to be blunt, it just felt like padding for time, like really long. And I was like, yo, this could have been like a couple minutes shorter. But yeah, like, I won't go on. It wasn't for me. I went with my girlfriend and a friend, and we all agreed. We all kind of walked out like, yeah, X was better. But if I had to give it a rating, 1 through 10, I'm going to have to be honest, like a 5.5. Could have been better, the original X was the better film, in my opinion. Be sure to let me know how wrong I am or how I'm dumb. But yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? Did you guys see it already? Do you share these sentiments? Do you guys think it's better than X? Let me know. But that's going to be the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you like this type of content, I make new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. And please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that good jazz. And as always, everyone, I've been your host, Oxy. Take care, and I'll see you next time.